Ready? Hello, my name's James.
And I'm Tammy.
Welcome to our YouTube channel, The Wandering Murphys. And this is Zorro. This is episode 1. I'd like to explain how we got to where we are. We are what I call FIRE, financially independent, retired early. I want to start out by telling 10 lifestyles that we lived in order to get to where we are, retired in our early 50s. Number 1, have retirement as a goal. That should be something that you start out your career as an endpoint. Retirement should be something that you plan on doing at some point, and whether it's in your early 50s or late 50s or early 60s or whenever. Just don't always assume that you're not going to be able to retire. Number 2, save money. Of course, start out with at least 4%. I did more than that, but you have to do at least 4% and try to increase that as you can. Number 3, spend less. Don't waste money or other things. That's key also. Always try to spend less, and when you do spend money, don't waste it. Just do what you can to make things last, and don't throw away things that are still good. Sell what you can. People buy. You never know what people will buy, so just do what you can to not waste money or other things. 4, make things last. Cars, toys, tools, whatever you have, whatever you buy, make it last. Take care of it. Keep it clean, keep it in working order. Tools, same thing. And toys, whatever, boats, RVs, whatever you have, motorcycles, any kind of toys, keep them in good order and make them last. Don't be wasteful, and don't destroy things, and
Don't always have to buy the best or
Right.
the latest.
Right.
Yeah, the newest.
And don't buy the cheapest either. So if you want to make things, you want something that's going to last, you buy something that's, good, not starting out as junk. 5, never or rarely pay interest. If you have a credit card, that's good. That's good. That's a good way to build credit, to have a credit card. But don't pay interest. Pay it off when you can. Pay it off at the end of when you get a bill. Interest is just throwing money out the window. Now, a house is an exception. It's very hard to start out not owing money on a house. But do your best to not pay interest. That's just wasting money. 6, don't overpay for insurance. Spider.
Got a little friend visiting.
Insurance is also a waste of money. Don't overpay for it. Don't over-insure. Shop around for the best deals on insurance, and try not to waste money on insurance that's not needed. Don't pay insurance on an old car that if you don't need full coverage on it, don't pay it. 7, don't get ripped off. Learn to do things yourself. That's kind of what we did. We learned the best way to do things. We're usually doing them yourself. So you can use YouTube. YouTube's got everything on it. If you don't know how to do something, watch a YouTube video and learn how to do it yourself. 8, stay healthy. Stay active. Exercise, eat right, do what you can to stay healthy. Don't let work run you down to where you can't do anything else. Just try to stay healthy. 9, watch everyday spending. That's a big thing right there. That's something that we did. Don't spend money on breakfast every day. Don't spend money on lunch every day, or at least watch what you're spending and keep track of it. if you spend $5 a day on lunch, you could do the math and add that up. That adds up to a lot of money per year on lunch. And that's the same with breakfast. It's the same with snacks. It's everyday spending, habits, hobbies, whatever. Everyday spending can add up to a lot of money. 10. Choose hobbies or retirement, one or the other. Sometimes they can't be both. There's a lot of hobbies out there that people have that are very expensive, and you're going to have to choose one or the other sometimes. And we chose retirement, and there's no judgment here on what you choose, but sometimes it's going to be one or the other. So, all right. So that was our lifestyle to get us where we're at. Next is our retirement goal. We set this goal years ago. We figured we would have to have $1 million. So let's talk about how we got there. We both had 401ks. Mine was a lot larger. We used Tammy's to pay off the house and pay off bills once we were able to get money out through the COVID relief. And we kept building mine up, and mine reached $700,000 in September of 21, and we sold our house for $450,000 in August of 21. So that put us past our goal. So, and now that was difficult to sell the house, and it's not always an option for everybody. You have to have a place to go when you sell your house, and we did. We moved in with my dad, and we're kind of using his house as a place to keep our stuff and bounce from as we travel. So at the time also, we had about $50,000 in savings, which is pretty good for, a little above average for most people. And that gave us $1.2 million. So minus $200,000 to keep our kids happy for selling their house. They were part of their inheritance. And that kept us at our goal of $1 million. So Tammy had already retired in May of 21, and in September of 21, I retired. We were done. Started traveling. Reached our goal. Now we'll talk about our budget and how we're going to keep from spending all of that money. I'm 53 years old, so I have to make what we have in cash last until I can get to the bulk of my 401k. So I estimated $40 a day for housing, $40 a day for food, $3 a day for phone, $5 a day for insurance, and $3 a day for internet, $10 a day for gas, and $5 a day for health insurance. That left $44 left over for other things to keep it at $150 a day. So how do we get there? Okay. We have about $325,000 left in cash right now. We're probably going to spend $70,000 on our RV, so that gives us $255,000 left in cash. That's got to last 6.5 years, or until I turn 59 and a half. So if I look up how many days it is until 2/19 of 2028, that's going to be 2,345 days approximately. So you take 255,000 divided by 2,345 days, and that gives us $108.74 to spend per day. It's not bad, but that's not what we're going to need. We need 150, so we're going to have to make up the difference somehow. This is how we're going to do that. We're going to do something that's known as a 72T out of our IRA. Once I roll my 401k over into an IRA, I will apply for a 72T. And that's a little known way to get money out of an IRA without paying a 10% penalty. And you use a calculator, which I looked up online also, to figure out how much we'll be able to get. You have to input a few things into that calculator. You're going to input your age, or my age. You're going to input my wife's age, and then the account balance, and that's really all you have to do. And then you hit calculate, and it calculated numbers for us, and it told us that we'll be getting a maximum initial distribution of $24,308. So I'll take 24,000 to come under that, to make sure I don't go over it and have to pay the penalty. So so I can estimate $24,000 a year for 6 years, approximately. So now you're probably thinking, okay, you're going to take 24,000 out, it's going to be less each year. Well, I'll explain later how I'm going to keep that balance of 700,000 in my IRA. Okay, so that's 24,000 a year for 6 years. That comes out to 144,000. So 144,000 over 6 years. Take that number, divide that by the number of days till I turn 59 and a half, which is going to be 2,345. So 144,000 divided by 2,345 comes out to 6140. So now, earlier I had in cash, I showed that I can spend $108.74 per day, and now I have another $61.40 to spend per day. That gives us $170.14 per day. Let's just round it down to $170 a day. Okay, so we're over our number that we need to be. We're at 170 when I said we wanted to be at 150 per day. So I'm still going to have a budget though, so we're going to still manage our money. So we have $170 to pay, or per day to spend. Our bills are going to be, we're going to break that down a little bit better. $100 per month for the phone. Now, if you divide that by 30.5, which is an average of how many days there are in a month, that comes out to $330 per day. And our insurance is going to be approximately $150 a month, and that comes out to $492 a day.
That's our car insurance and our RV insurance,
Right.
not the health insurance.
Right. Health insurance is separate. That's going to be, and that's carried for Tammy. I don't have to carry health insurance because I have veterans benefits. But we're going to be spending $167 a month on health insurance. That comes out to $548 a day. And then internet is $70 a month. That comes out to $230 a day. So that's a total of $16 a day. So minus the bills, we still have $154 a day to spend. So we plan to pay for everything out of my account. So we'll be keeping the cash in Tammy's account, and I figure I have $154 a day to spend. Multiply that by 14, so that comes out to $2,250 every 14 days. So every 2 weeks, she'll give me a paycheck, just like a paycheck. She'll put that into my account, and then I won't have to worry about tracking the money. As long as I have money in my account, I know we're not overspending. So this makes it a little bit easier to keep track of what we're spending. And when I have money, when I have extra money, I'll put it into my savings, and then we'll see how we're doing there. So let's check the math. 2250 times 26, which is how many times I'll be getting a paycheck per year, times 6.5 comes out to $380,250. Plus, we'll have to add the bills that are coming out of her account, which is going to be the phone and health insurance will come out of her account. We'll add that onto the 380, and that comes out to $20,826 for those bills over 6.5 years. So we add that to 380, that comes out to $401,000. Okay, so I know I have $255,000 in cash, and I'll be getting $144,000 out of my IRA over the 6 years. That comes out to $399,000. So I'm a little over with what I've figured before, just by a couple of thousand. So I'm going to adjust that my paycheck down to $23.45, and then that should cover it, because it only comes out to about $1 a day that I needed to adjust. So $23.45 paycheck. Okay, I said I would explain later how I was going to keep that $700,000 balance in my IRA. Let's see. First of all, I'm going to put the majority of the money, probably all the money to start out with, in a fund that's very stable, that earns a certain amount of interest. A fund like Mass Mutual. Mass Mutual is a very common, well-known fund. And on average, Mass Mutual will earn $9 a day per $100,000. So I'll start out with $700,000 in that account, and that will earn at $9 a day per 100,000. So $9 a day times 7 comes out to 62, and 62 times 365 gives me $22,995 a year, just in the interest that money is going to earn with it in Mass Mutual. So I'm taking out $24,000, and it's going to earn about $23,000 just in something stable. So I'm only $1,000 short. So how am I going to make up that $1,000? Really, I'm not really that worried about it, but I should plan to make up for that $1,000. So what I'll do is I'll watch the market. I'll keep an eye on things. I know the market generally goes up, so I'll watch it and I'll see when the market drops, like the S&P, when it drops 5 or 10%. When it's reached a peak and it drops 5 or 10% below that point, I'll probably move 100 or 200,000 into something more risky, like a Vanguard fund or something like that, something that'll earn money based on what the market does. So I'll just wait. Maybe the market will keep going down, maybe it'll come back up, but I'll wait for it to come back up. It generally comes back up. Everybody knows that. So all it has to do, if I put $100,000 in it while it's down 5 or 10%, all I have to do is wait for it to come up 1%, and I've earned that $1,000. So that should be fairly easy. If it comes back 5%, I've earned $5,000, and if I only have to do that once over the 6.5 years, I've got it made. But I will probably do it more. We'll see how it does. I expect to make more money doing that, but that's how to be safe. That's how I'm going to make up that $1,000. Now, I should say something about the 72T that I didn't say before. Once you start the 72T, you've got to complete it. It's got to be a minimum of 5 years, or until you reach 59.5, whichever one is longer. And it's going to be longer for me to reach 59.5, so I'll have to do it for 6 years. I can't default on it 5 years in, otherwise I'll have to pay back the penalty on all the money I've already got now. So I just wanted to say something about that. Also, something else that's a little known about getting money out of your 401k, everybody generally thinks you have to wait till you're 59.5. Well, that's only true if you're still working. Now, if you retire from the company that you work for, where your 401k is, at the year that you turn 55, you can get that money out penalty-free whenever you want. As long as you're retired from the company that you have that 401k with, the year you turn 55. So you turn 55 in November, you can retire in January when you're 54. That's considered the year you turn 55. So you can start getting that money out of your 401k penalty-free. I just thought I would mention that because I didn't know that until recently, so I just wanted to, and I know a lot of other people don't know that, so I thought I would bring that up. So that's everything. That's how we did it. That's how we're gonna do it. So.
And now we're ready for our adventure.
All right, so let's go play. What do you think? Good?